What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro Duel video. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. We are at the last group, right, being Group H. The first two decks here, both Dark Matter, Dragon Dark Matter, Rulers, Heretics versus Zoodiac. So as you know, Cup, we have skipped a couple of Master Rule 5 decks, including the next one, right, since we are just waiting on the new ban list on the new Master Rule format 2020, so that's April 1st. And then we are the time when we get to that, then we'll just, you know, start these particular matches. But from then on, at least from now, we have these two decks are paired against each other. One, well, two very strong decks, superb decks. The first one being one of the Dragon Ruler variants in this year's Cross-Banlist Cup, featuring Dark Matter Dragon, which is of course banned in a TCG, versus Zoodiacs, and this is Marcelo Barberi's list from 2017, where he went undefeated during Euros. So a little bit of a different list compared to last time. So which deck has the advantage? And if we take a look at the votes of the people here, in the top left corner, we see that Zoodiac Beast is definitely preferred over Dark Matter Rulers from 2015. So only 2 years difference between both of these decks, but as you saw, the side deck in, you know, as we have seen in the previous matches as well, the side deck has been quite crucial. Well, it has been like very important in past couple of duels matches, and it will be very important in this matchup as well. And I'm definitely looking towards a deck like Zoodiac, which is side decking, I believe, yeah, triple Ash Blossom and triple Flying Sea, which, you know, like are game winners against a very fragile deck, being Heretics or any Heretic-oriented based deck. So the first duel, Zoodiac start off, and that's a problem since, well, yeah, I mean, Zoodiac is able to end with Trident first turn quite easily, and the standard Zoodiac deck can definitely put up another rank 4 Exceed play next to it either Dagusto Emerald, Tornado Dragon, or Dweller, and here in this case Dweller is pretty much game over if I don't have Chalice, Forbidden Chalice. So there are a couple of copies, I think, in the side deck, in my side deck here for Heretic Rulers. So those are definitely side decked in. Here I was thinking for a long time, should I go first, should I go second? In normal circumstances I would definitely pick going second, obviously, because of the multiple spell and trap destruction, but on the other side I was like, well, there are cards like Dimensional Barrier, there is the option that I side deck in multiple, 2 Maxi, 2 Veiler and Chalice as well, against something like Dweller. Well, in this case, if it's my turn, right, I can use Forbidden Chalice on the Dweller. But I was like, well, no, let's switch it up and go first. Kinda risking a potential Deadly Hand Trap, and with Deadly Hand Trap, I mean, maybe the Flying Sea, but you know, what are the chances? So I still go for it, and by doing that, shut down the multiple barriers, solemns, or whatever. I mean, it's so hard for this deck, and you know, you can definitely go second and bank on your spell and trap destruction. And okay, you have a card like Night Beam that prevents your opponent from directly chaining the card to the effect, but I mean, Zoodiacs have so many potential effects to, first of all, activate a random effect and maybe chain the targeted Dimensional Barrier, which, you know, like you targeted for your Night Beam, so it's not really impenetrable. So and that's the reason why I decided to go first, see how it went post side deck. But I mean, what can I do? Zoodiacs with Emerald as well. Not really sure if there was a Dweller involved. I'm not really sure about that. But I mean, Trident set 3 just speaks for itself that it's quite ridiculous. And well, we know from the previous Cross-Banlist Cup as well, and from the past, is that Zoodiacs well, I feel it's definitely one of the best decks ever in this game's history, but it's not really that, well, the mechanic behind Zoodiacs is of course quite OP, being those 1-card Exceed summons, plus the fact that most of them have like a Searcher, a Destroyer, I mean, and all the effects stack basically. Yeah, I just went for the suicide here. Didn't really matter too much, right? So the fact that Zoodiac is a 1-card engine, and that's the problem, because you can just slap in all of those hand traps as basically half of your deck, and you know, like those 1-card Zoodiac engines are carrying the deck throughout the matches. So yeah, this time I'm definitely going second with, again, double Veiler, double Maxi, and I believe double Chalice, just in case, and of course Chalice only counts if I'm faced with Dweller, and luckily I do have Chalice here in this situation, and I believe it was Night Beam to force out the, destroy the back row, so now the opponent cannot chain, or wasn't able to chain directly to the Night Beam targets. But again, there are options to activate something else first, and then maybe if it was a crucial dimensional barrier, just chain it to the other activated card. But well, yeah, Flying Sea just says no. I believe it can be activated upon any normal or special summon. Or is it only special? No, I believe it's summon in general. And again, the player that has the Flying Sea phase up cannot use or cannot go for an Exceed summon. And well, yeah, Heretics is just super focused on those Exceed summons. I believe 2 synchros, but here in this case, it wasn't really working out. And yeah, we also saw the Ash Blossom in hand, and as you know, the Blossom is of course superb against something like Heretics. It basically stuns their 2-card combos. Okay, again, there are so many 2-card combos that leads to shenanigans, speaking for Heretics and Heretic rulers. But the thing is that there are Zoodiacs have so many hand traps that Flying Sea, Maxi, only one of though. Ghost Ogre, not really sure if that's still being main decked or, you know, side decked out. Flying Sea definitely. And let alone the huge amount of traps like triple barrier post side deck, I believe multiple Solemns as well. Yeah, indeed, triple Solemn Strike, and I mean, what can I do? Even though the Dark Matter Dragon or variant was superb during its time period, just go second, slap in those multiple spell and trap destruction cards, and blow out your opponent with those easy 2-card combinations, right? So yeah, a clean 3-0 in favor of Zoodiacs, but post-side deck, the deck just murdered. That's what I felt, right? The deck just murdered Heretics, and yeah, that's still the core of this particular deck. The Heretic engine with the legendary Grand Mind Jugarzet, I believe the name is. But yeah, anyway, so next shot duel again to prevent spoilers. I opt to go second, and I do have failure, but again, this failure felt pretty suboptimal. Prevent the Ram, I guess, from being sent to the graveyard. Maybe you just keep failure for something else, the problem maybe, but even then. Yeah, this felt better, again, prevented the Dweller, I guess, from coming out. Unless, of course, there is another extender, and that's, of course, a problem. But, again, in the long run, what can I do? The Eclipse is being sent to the graveyard, I believe. Not really sure with which effect, or was it Synchro Summon? I believe it was Synchro Summons, yeah, because of Leo. So that's cool, the Synchro Summon. It's basically recovery play if you get, like, Flying Seeds or whatever. You're not able to, you know, like, get your 2-card combinations of Atum, of your Heretic engine, or the Rank 8 engine to play because of Dark Matter Dragon, etc. But that's a problem of Zoodiacs. The deck is just making so many hand traps that it's, first of all, so hard to maintain or get off your 2-card combos and go for your Dark Matter Dragon, and that's so problematic. And then again, this is the most favorable 2-card combo. I mean, any Heretic with your legendary Majugar set equals multiple Dark Matter Dragon, and of course Red Eye's Darkness Metal Dragon, which got errated by the way a couple of days ago, but this is of course pre-errata. But yeah, what can I do? Just too many possible interruptions, not really sure what the last back row there is, but yeah, again, the Flying Sea prevents those Exceed summons, and this should be the duel, I think, should be game. Yeah, whatever. The deck is based around multiple 2-card combinations, and the deck is not really that great at top decking, unless of course it's Soul Charge, if you have a healthy amount of life points, that is. But yeah, again, a clean 3-0 in favor of Zoodiacs, getting 3 points on Dark Matter. Heretics, Dark Matter Rulers staying behind with only, 0 points. But that's how it is. The next matchup, we would have had like a Master Rule 5 deck, the last one being Burning Abyss, featuring multiple tour guides, that is, with the current ban list. But again, we'll just wait it out on the new Master Rule 2020. So April 1st is where we might see a new list. And then, you know, the matches featuring these couple of Master Rule 5 decks will start off starting April 1st, you know, somewhere in April, I guess. So the next matchup, again, we are back at Group A. We have Performances and Pals from 2015. It's going to take on another Force in today's format, and, well, this is Spirals, like from a couple of years ago. Spirals, so from 2017. So again, featuring Firewall Dragon. Again, yeah, like always, feel free to leave your predictions. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Lithium signing out. Peace.